Hey, it's Andrew Logan here. Welcome to this video. And today I want to take you through step by step the exact roadmap to build your network marketing business and turn it into an empire. I want to show you exactly what my wife Angie and I did to go from complete newbies to multiple seven-figure earners. I want to take you through that whole process step by step so that you can follow it. We started in this industry 11 plus years ago. No experience, total newbies. Our upline, our sponsors were total newbies as well. Their upline were in a different country. It was the blind leading the blind for a little while, but we got to work. We had fire in the belly and we sorted out a roadmap. We figured out what to do to set ourselves free and also set a lot of other people in our team free. And that's what I want to show you today. I've got some tools, some PDFs, some videos, some templates that are going to help you as well. I'll show you where to grab them as we go through the process. But what I really want to achieve in this video, what I want to give you is a crystal clear roadmap, because you have this incredible vehicle, right? You have this vehicle of network marketing, the engine of leverage, residual income up there in the front. You've got this incredible team, this community, your products, your company, all those sorts of things. But for a lot of people, it's not about the vehicle. It's about how do we actually get it to the destination of freedom? What roads do we take? And that's where a lot of people get caught. So we need to learn to drive the car. And I'm going to talk to you about how to drive the car. But what I really want to talk to you about is how to stay in the fast lane, how to not get distracted, how to not take a detour, how to not crash along the way, certainly how not to quit. I want to give you that crystal clear roadmap. And as I said, we've got some extra tools, videos, PDFs, templates, all those sorts of things to help you along the way. Now, for me, if you get value out of this, if you put these steps into action, you grow your business, you come out of here with the clarity and you get value out of it, I just ask that you share this out to friends, team members, someone who it could help impact as well. If they get value out of it as well, if you're building a business and you're having success, maybe we work together in the future. But I'm not going to sit here and try and give you a hard pressure sell at the end of this video or anything like that. Everything I give you in this video is completely free. All you need to do is just put this into action and you will see results. And hey, if that helps you, trust me, maybe we'll work together in the future. Now let's get stuck in, right? Let's go straight away into step number one. So step number one, the very first thing we need, there's step number two. Step number one, the very first thing we need is we need a story and an offer. The biggest thing that stops people from having success in this business is I don't know what to say. The other thing, I don't know who to say it to. And we're going to talk about that in steps 2 and 3. But the biggest challenge people have is that they don't know what to say. And they either freeze up when they talk to people, or they verbally vomit on people and they give the 37-year history of their company and every single thing about it. And then they wonder why the person's eyes just glaze over and they talk themselves out of building a business because they scare everyone away. So I want to show you the two things that you need to actually explain to people how your products work, because people aren't buying your products. They're not buying your opportunity. They're not buying your community. They are buying the result. They want a different future. They are stuck here in some kind of problem, some kind of pain. They want to have more energy, have better sleep, have better skin, looser fitting clothing, a fatter bank account, something like that. You're going to say, well, here it is, and here's how we get here. And I'm going to show you how to do that. This is the solution to the problem that you have in your life. So the very first thing we need is an offer. Now, the offer is basically a single sentence that explains the solution that you offer. And the simplest formula, there's a couple of them, but the simplest formula is I help people X without Y. Okay? I help people X without Y. I help people lose weight without giving up chocolate. I help people get a flat tummy without doing 1,000 sit-ups. I help people look 5 years younger without Botox or needles. I help people increase their income without having to take on a second job. It's as simple as that. We need to be able to explain the solution that we offer in one sentence. And if you can't do that, you need to work on that, because again, that's where we're going to start verbally vomiting. We need to GTTP, get to the point when we're talking to people. Now, you can supercharge this as well. So you can say, I help people X without Y, even if Z. So I help people lose weight without giving up chocolate, even if you don't like going to the gym. Okay? Simple things like that. I help people create an extra income without taking on an extra job, even if you've never done sales before, because we've got this amazing community. We've got all these videos that will teach you how to go through a sales process. That's the first thing. Maybe the second thing with your offer is you might even want to refine it a bit more. So rather than saying I help people, maybe you want to work with busy mums. I help busy mums lose weight without giving up chocolate. I help new mums get back into their skinny jeans without having to go to the gym. We can refine that, and we'll talk more about that in step 3 when we look at cold marketing techniques and attraction marketing. So our offer, a single sentence that describes how we help someone. Now, if you don't know that yet, there is your first bit of homework. Pause the video right here, right now, and get to work on that. If you need help, we've got some tools for you. So we're going to go through a few different tools. The simplest place is to go to andrewlogan.net. There's a little video here and a PDF you can download, 10 steps, 4 steps, to launch your business and find your first 10 customers. So it's going to give you more help on the scripting and the templating, exactly how to find your first 10 customers, all the things you need to talk about in that. Okay. Now, let's come back to here. The second one is we need a story. So our story is our before and after, our verbal before and after, where we were, the challenges that we had, the guide who came along, and then where we are now. Now, we want to tell this story in 20 to 30 seconds. Again, GTTP, get to the point. You want to be able to tell where you were, the struggle that you had, what you found that helped, and where you are now in 20 to 30 seconds. And that does take practice. So I want you to think of every movie you've ever watched, ever. Basically, we get an introduction. We meet a character. Now, once we meet the character, we get a short introduction at the start of the movie. Then there's some kind of pain or challenge in their life. So we meet the character. It's the girl. She can't get a date to the prom. Someone comes along and helps them. Someone comes along and takes off her glasses, and all of a sudden she's a prom queen, right? But someone comes along and helps them with the solution. I'm a Star Wars nerd. I grew up in that era. We got introduced to Luke. He had this pain of discovering that his dad was taking over the whole empire. He had his guides. He had his Obi-Wans. He had his Yodas who helped him with the Force. And then we get to the resolution. We get the result. We get the after. We all know the power of a great before and after on social media. This is your verbal before and after. 11 years ago, I was struggling to lose weight for our wedding. No matter what I did, I just couldn't shift those last 5 kilos. I went to the gym. I counted calories. I did everything. It wouldn't budge. 2 friends had started using a program. They were getting results. I trusted them. 30 days later, I'd lost that sticky bit around my tummy, and I was really happy with how I looked on my wedding day. Short and sharp, that is my story. So when I'm connecting with people, I'm going to share. They say, what are you doing? Well, hey, I found a way to lose weight without having to give up my bucks party. I found a way to get ready for the wedding without giving up the beers or the bucks party. Sounds awesome. Tell me more. Okay, great. I'll send you a video. And look, just super quickly, I don't know if it'll work as well for you as it did for me, but here's what it did for me. I have been trying to lose weight for months and months and months, but it just wouldn't go. You know what? I was getting married. It was starting to get really close, okay? No matter what I did, and I go through my story. And that's how we then move into step 2, and we start talking to the people who are noticing the results. Most of them are people we already know and like and trust. We have people in our warm network, the people who notice that we're doing something different, notice the difference in our energy or our weight or our clothes or how we're performing at the gym, the glowing of our skin, all those sorts of things. And they're asking questions. And this is where we can be sharing our story. We share our story, we tell them what we've been up to, we tell them what we've been doing, how we've been able to find a solution to a problem that we were having. And then the most important thing is that we invite them to have a look. So if they're leaning in, if they're interested, we invite them to somewhere that will give them more information. We want to share our story, but we want to use a company tool, a team tool to actually give them the information, because that is duplicatable. Don't be a fool, use the tools. I'm sure you've heard that saying. So you need to have an invitation to the destination where there's more information. Now that destination could be a Facebook group, again, it could be a video, it could be a website, it could be an audio recording, it could be lots of different things. Whatever you use, wherever you prefer to send people to, it's really important that everyone in your team understands the destination where there's more information. And your job is just to teach them to create a story and then send an invitation. Bob, this may or may not interest you, but I've just started with this new program with a group of us. I found a way to lose 5 kilograms before my wedding without having to give up the beers or the bucks party. I don't know if it's you, but if you are interested, I can send you a video with more information. We can do an indirect ask. Bob, I know this isn't you. I know you have no interest, but I have found a way to look 5 years younger without the needles or anything like that. If you know of anyone who it might interest, could you let me know? I can send them a video, help them get started. An indirect referral. There's lots of different invitations that you can send, but the best way to grow our business is to know what to say and know who to say it to. In our warm network, the people that we already know, the friendships that we've already created when we start in this business, that's who we're generally going to start with, and we want to invite them. These are the people we tend to verbally vomit over. Work on your invitation to the destination where there's more information. Again, if you need help with that, remember, here's the little video. There's video training that goes into this far more in-depth, that step. Okay, we're going to take you through the 4 steps. There's more invitations, there's more offer templates, there's more stories. That's our first 2 steps. We want to move now to step number 3, which is there. Now, cold network. So again, we start with a group of people we know. We may have some experience, we may have some sales or marketing skill set, but everyone is going to hit a point where they run out of people they already know. Okay? And that's where we really talk about, that's where your business really starts. The first part, okay, with the story, the offer, the invitation, our warm network, it's pretty fun. It's pretty easy at the end of the day. Things are really going to happen when we start building a business where we need to build in a cold audience. And particularly these days, we have a little thing called social media. And social media allows us to really reach out and find people. The key thing we need here is our brand. The key skill is we need to build a social media brand if we are going to attract people who are likely to buy our stuff. This is a freedom game. This is, to an extent, a numbers game, but you don't want to go out there and just talk to anyone and everyone, because that is exhausting. That takes time. All these friendships, all this networking, building trust, building rapport, connecting, all that kind of stuff. That takes time, that takes effort, that takes energy. You want to make sure that you are talking to people who are likely to want what you have. And that's where attraction marketing is so important. That's where we need to make sure that we have that skill. So we want to create a social media brand. Now, a lot of people get a bit caught up here. So I'll give you 2 very simple tips on how to do this. The first one is I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to write all the things that you like or love and all the things that you're good at, okay? And in here, we're going to find some overlaps of where you can create in marketing, we call it a USP, a unique selling proposition. I like to call it your unique superpower. So I'll give you a couple of examples. A lady I used to work with, she loved cooking, but she always felt a bit of imposter syndrome. How do I You know, how do I build a niche around cooking when there's all these Jamie Olivers and all that kind of stuff? You know what experience she had? You know what life experience she had? She'd raised and homeschooled 10 children. She had raised everything, 10 children. Now she had grandchildren coming along as well. I was like, so you budgeted, shopped, cooked, all those sorts of things for 10 children every single day, every single night. Yep. That is a superpower. We're talking about budgeting. We're talking about organization. We're talking about incredible ability to feed 10 different people with 10 different pallets and 10 different things. There is your superpower. I love a little thing called CrossFit. Okay, it's not for everyone, but I love it. You know what? Before joining this industry, I had 10 years as a sports physiotherapist. So I'm pretty good at the human body. That's a life experience that I have. And I do love CrossFit. I love to be active. I love to be healthy. And, you know, these days, because of injuries and stuff like that, I can't play competitive sport anymore, but I can do CrossFit. So you know what? I have a unique superpower where I can offer CrossFitters a lot of value. I can talk to them about injury prevention, stretching, nutrition, like ways to protect your body, recovery from injuries, all these sorts of things that the average person does not know. Am I the best CrossFitter in the world? Absolutely not. Am I the best physio in the world? Absolutely not. Especially not because I haven't done it for a little while, but there's not a lot of CrossFitters or physios who CrossFit. Not a lot of CrossFitters who understand their body. And in fact, they go out and injure themselves because they do silly things. I have a unique superpower there. I love the network marketing industry, and I'm pretty good at teaching people financial mindset. That's why I wrote my book. That's why I create these videos, because I want to help people not only make money, not only drive the vehicle, but actually show them the roadmap to creating financial freedom. I'm going to show you that in the next few steps. We're going to just work on driving the car first, then we're going to do the next few steps. So if you struggle with your social media brand, okay, here's how we do it. The other way, even if that overwhelms you a little bit, you are best served working with the person that you used to be. Remember that sentence. So when I started, who was I? Someone trying to lose weight for my wedding. Who could I best help? People who were trying to lose weight for their wedding. I was an active sports physio, a professional, an active person, but I couldn't shift that last 5 kilo. Our whole team at the start was built out of active people who wanted to lose that last 5 kilo. We built our brand around that. For Angie, she felt pregnant when we started with, in network marketing. She had a story about a healthy pregnancy and then straight back into her skinny jeans, right? Her whole team, all the people she was talking to were new mums who needed the energy back, who needed to lose weight, all those sorts of things. We built a 6-figure business of sharing those stories, exactly who we were and how we got through that challenge using our program, using our solution. That is the simplest way to build your brand. Who were you when you started? Now that brand will get you so far. Over time, it is going to need to evolve. So there was only so long I could tell that story. That's when I got into marathon running. After I ticked the marathon box, I got into CrossFit. By that stage, we had a multiple 6-figure story. We could start evolving our story into a financial story, into a family freedom story as we started to travel the world with our children. For Angie, it was the pregnancy, into losing weight, into getting her energy back. She joined a gym. She got into boxing classes. She started getting into half marathons as well so that she could, she could continue to create stories and help other people along the way as she built this really strong brand. So if you are overwhelmed, just close your eyes and say, you know what? Who was I the day before I started on my program, the day before I started with my company? What happened? I woke up one day and something snapped. Like, what was that snap point? What was it that made you say, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm going to go out and I'm going to touch base with that friend. I'm going to reconnect with that person. I'm going to touch base with that person who's been posting on their social media, and I'm going to get involved and start this thing. That person, that pain, there are a million people out there looking for a solution to that pain. So get out there and share your story. Now, if you need help with this, again, head along to here. Attraction Marketing Blueprint. This is a 5-step attraction marketing blueprint. This is how to turn your followers into paying customers. This is your little cheat sheet. Again, Simplest way is to go to my website, andrewlogan.net. Just go to the free tools button. It's all there and it's going to take you through the process. All right. Now, we need to start this amazing thing called duplication. Okay. You need to start showing people how to do what you did, how to follow those first 3 steps. You need to show them the duplication process and start building a team. So you're enrolling people, you're bringing them in, okay? You need to start helping them follow the system. You want a business, you need systems, okay? So do you have a system to help people? Because again, people are gonna start and say, I don't know what to say, I don't know who to say it to. I've run out of people to talk to. You know what? We've got something to help you with that. And if you don't have anything yet, use mine, okay? Just print off the PDFs or download them, send them that, okay? You're struggling with your social media brand, not a problem. Just follow this attraction marketing blueprint, okay? It's gonna help you with your brand. As well, if you go to that website of mine, there's a link to my YouTube there. There's a whole playlist on my YouTube dedicated to social media as well. So you can follow all of that. The key is when we help people get paid, we have to understand the numbers. This is like one of the most important things because your business is like a funnel, okay? And we talk about, automated funnels, all that kind of stuff. All automation does is just do work that you already need to do. It just does it faster, okay? I think we can, AI is going to solve all these problems. It's going to make things happen faster. Okay, a fancy funnel is going to just help things go faster so that you can go to sleep at night and enjoy a bit more time. But nothing changes in this funnel. It's just something you need to understand because in any business, no matter what, now in your early days, okay, the numbers, you need a few hundred people for the numbers really to work out. But in any business, pretty much 80% of people aren't going to do anything at all. Now, they may talk it up. They may tell you they're your next great thing, that they're going to blow up the business. They're going to be all over the stage, all that kind of stuff. Most people don't do much, okay? Most people talk it up. And that's okay. We just say to them, you know what? How about if you ever do anything, I can help you get some quick money, okay? If you ever refer a friend or anything, you send me a friend, the company will give you $50. If anyone's interested in doing this with you, you can get $100 back from the company. Talk to them in a language they understand. You can tell them all about the vision, all about residual income, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, their mindset isn't there. Their work ethic isn't there. Their discipline isn't there. Their mindset isn't there either. Start with just saying, you know what? Hey, if you do this, you'll make this much money, because they understand that. Now, if they start doing that, we might be able to move them down into this next category. And the next category is about 15% of people, and these people will get into action as long as you tell them what to do, okay? They're like employees. Now, they will do the work if you show them what to do. If you give them the template, if you give them the PDF, if you show them the video, they will go out and work. So we can talk to them again about that duplication, about systems. We can start telling a greater financial story here. We can start to talk about creating a side hustle income, okay? But the most important thing is that we speak their language. It's not about your goals, it's about their goals. I learned that the very hard way. You tell all these people about massive vision, you just scare them off. These people, amazing, but you've got to give them structure. You can't tell them just to go figure it out themselves because they get lost, okay? So you need to give them some guidelines. Again, you want some guidelines? Head along to here. Business blueprint, okay? So these are the guidelines that are going to help them. This is going to take them through the step-by-step process for those guidelines. Last one, your leaders, okay? So these are like the 5% down the bottom that are going to actually get to work. The key is that we take them out of the system. This is the biggest challenge people have when it comes to leadership. Because if you follow a system, if you follow a process, if you follow a PDF, if you work as long as you do what you're told, awesome, you're a follower. Now you can make a lot of money out of followers, but we want residual income, we want freedom. You got to take those leaders out and you got to get them and put them in a different room. Because the biggest paradox is that leaders don't follow. This whole concept of you have to have systems, you do. You have systems for the 95% and you teach the other 5% how to actually run their own business. And this is when we start to move from making money into actually building a business. So what do you need to build a business? You need to have systems for your customers to make sure they get results. Maybe they share with a handful of people. You need systems for your business builders. Give them the templates, the scripts, the guidelines. Your leaders, you need to get them into a different room and you need to actually teach them how to run their own business. Now, it's so simple, but the biggest challenge here is if you want to really nail this step, okay, you want to really make a difference in your life, you want to really start to create some more freedom, you can't shortcut the first 4 steps. So many people want to jump to here. Where are my leaders? Where are my leaders? Where are my leaders? The challenge isn't finding leaders. The challenge is what the heck do you do with them when you do find them? And the only way to know what to do with them when you do find them is to go through the steps before and learn them well enough that you can teach them. Now that takes time, but you know what? So does anything worthwhile. It took me years to learn how to be a physiotherapist, but then in my 20s, I was able to travel the world with sports teams, with athletes, able to make 100 grand a year, traveling the world as a physio because I learned the skills at university. In our network marketing business, we learned the skills. We didn't shortcut the process because you know what? There were no processes at the start. The biggest benefit that we had was that we didn't know what we were doing, so we had to learn. There was no one providing nice, pretty PDFs or videos showing us what to do. We had no scripts or templates to work with, but we had to figure out the skills. And then we turned around and we taught the skills to the 5%. We identified the 5% and taught them. So then we could actually create residual income and freedom. You get active income from selling to customers. You get leverage from creating business builders. You get residual income from creating leaders. And it is so, so, so important that people understand this. So many people get stuck at this. They either try and rush here. They try and just say, you know what? I don't have time for any of these people. You know, I'm not interested in all these people, blah, blah. I'm just coming straight down to these people. And then they find a couple and they've got no clue what to do with them. Or they try and keep these people up in here. And they try and put leaders into systems that they have to follow. And what does the leader not do? A leader does not follow, a leader leads. Okay? It's in the name. So we have to understand this, and we have to understand this for the sake of our business. Because if we want to truly grow a business, we need to follow this process and have different systems for different people at their different level. We cannot skip the skills. If you want this as your profession, if you want this as your career, you need to learn a few skills. There's not a lot of skills that you truly need, okay? There's not a lot of skills out there. You've just got to learn them well enough that you can teach them and show people how to run their own business. Now, again, I've got training on those core 4 skills, okay? The core 4 skills you need for success. Again, if you go up to andrewlogan.net, there's video training. It's a 5-day video training, the 4 skills plus a bonus skill, okay? We go through those skills in depth. They're the skills that you need for success. You got to learn them well enough to do them because leaders know the way, go the way, and show the way. That is the key. Second last step. Now's where we get into the really juicy stuff. So you want freedom. You've made money up to this point, but you want freedom. Now, freedom comes from teaching leaders, okay? Teach people how to teach people how to teach people. Teach, 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 and then you can lay on the beach. That's how you get residual income. But we want to create financial freedom. And financial freedom is about creating wealth because wealth is a measurement of time. You can make all the money in the world, but if you're working all day, answering questions from your team, answering people, helping them with their posting, helping them with their conversations, helping them with their follow-ups, you cannot let your phone go out of your hand. You're making money, but you don't have freedom, okay? So we want to make sure that we're actually creating freedom. So I want to do it like as a little visual here because just going to sort of take a step back for half a second, because we start here and we want to get over to here, which is financial freedom. Okay. And for a lot of people, it's sort of like, okay, so how do I get from here to here? And I got to enroll, duplicate, enroll, duplicate, enroll, duplicate, enroll, duplicate, enroll, duplicate. And if you follow this path, you'll make money. But at about here, you'll start to burn out. You'll start to burn out. There's not enough time in the day. And that's then when they're in that vehicle and they're either redlining the vehicle and the vehicle breaks down, or they start looking for little shortcuts, or they get distracted by a flashy sign saying, come this way, it's faster, all this sorts of stuff. And they hit all these roadblocks and they quit and they fall off. We want to understand that wealth is about creating time. And if we're going to truly create a legacy, we want to do it step by step. So what we want to do is we say, okay, I've got this vehicle of network marketing, this incredible vehicle. And what this vehicle does is it gives me cash flow. Now, I've got two options with the extra money that I'm making. I've got two options. I can buy toys, okay? I can buy fluffy, shiny toys, or I can buy things that give me more money. Now, both are fine, but only one's going to give you freedom, because if you buy bigger toys, more expensive houses, more expensive cars, more expensive holidays straight away, you're just setting yourself in a different hamster wheel. You're in a financial jail, and maybe it's a bigger cell, maybe there's some nice furniture in that financial jail, but you are still financially dependent, and you are dependent on one stream of income. You're dependent on this team. The smallest little thing goes wrong and you're in a lot of trouble. It's a horrible place to be. And this is where so many people crash. They buy toys instead of buying assets. You want to buy things that put money in your pocket. You want to buy assets, because if you start buying assets, we create this little thing here called a wealth loop. Because if you buy assets, stocks, investments, property, things that give you money back, when you buy a rental property, you buy an investment property, what it does is it goes off and it comes back and it gives you money every week in the rent. When you buy stocks, they give you dividends, they go up in value, right? They come back with more friends. You send your money off to work and it comes back with more friends. And you start saying, okay, well, I bought one property and then I used that property to buy a second property. And then with that second property, I started making more money. And then because I had more money, I was able to buy a third property. Now I've got 1, 2, 3 properties. I've got a heap of money coming in. I'm going to use the money from those to buy a fourth property. And we create a snowball. We create a compound effect, or what I like to call a wealth loop. Because a wealth loop is when your money is making money. And when your money is making money, and you've got your network marketing business to throw in extra money, to throw gas on the fire, to supercharge this process, this is how you create financial freedom through network marketing. If you try and do it this way, yes, every now and then there are very, 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 very small percentage of people that actually make it, and they are the exception to the rule. They are the 0.01%, yes. And it's possible. And you can get there. You can, we have been able to, we've created multiple 7 figures of income, but we did it by teaching this process. So all the people in our team are following this process. They're not burning out. They're not quitting. They're not dropping off. We've got this incredibly high retention rate because everyone's focused on this journey. And what that means is once we create the wealth loop, it's the wealth loop that provides us freedom, because we've turned our network marketing empire into a great property investment property. We've got multiple 7 figures in stocks, and we can go on nice holidays. We can buy the dream home. We can buy beautiful cars because our properties buy them for us. Our stocks buy them for us. And our network marketing business throws fuel on the fire, and we start this process. For all the money that we've made through being in this industry, the really cool thing is that we've made even more out of the money. We've turned that income into a great property legacy. And what we did is, the most important thing is that we built multiple streams of income. As much as we love our network marketing business, we don't want it to be our only stream of income. That's what, again, people go wrong. They have a $100,000 job. They get their network marketing business to $100,000. They leave their job. They haven't changed their financial position. Yes, they're working from home. Yes, they're on their social media all day. That's amazing. But you had $200,000 here. Now you're back to $100,000. Okay. Why not ease your way out of here while you work on this? And then over here, add in a property or something. Okay. And then you start creating these little wealth loops. And I know people are kind of boring, but you know what? Why not dream bigger? We're not here just to quit our job. We are here to leave. We are here to create incredible financial freedom. We're here to create a legacy. We didn't come just to quit our jobs. We came here to change our grandkids' life. They haven't been born yet, but we're going to change their lives thanks to this industry and thanks to creating a wealth loop. So we wanted to create multiple streams of income. Now, this is, like anything, a skill. For a lot of people, it's risky, it's overwhelming. The greatest way to reduce the risk is to educate yourself. Okay? Find a mentor, find someone who can educate you on exactly what you need to do, and you will be able to do that. Okay? There's a few rules. Okay? 1, here are my 2 golden rules to investing. 1, does it make you money? Do you know how it makes you money? Because if you don't know, someone's going to come along with their own ideas, and there's a sucker in every deal. And if you can't find it, that's because it's you. You're looking at all the other people. Someone's going to come along and try and take your money off you. So do you know how this thing makes money? Does it reliably make money? Do you understand how it makes money? Rule number 2, can you sleep at night? So we're not doing crazy risky things. We're not betting the shirt off our back. We're not putting the whole farm on one speculation. We are accumulating wealth. We're putting a percentage aside and we're putting that money to work. And then we put a little bit away each week. This over here starts to grow, starts to grow, starts to accumulate, starts to build. We don't celebrate too soon. We don't quit too soon. We create a massive empire. We buy things that we know, like, trust, that we understand, preferably on sale, and we hold on to them because they go out and they buy even more. That's how you create multiple streams of income. Investing in one sentence. Buy things that you understand, that you like, and make money reliably, preferably on sale, and hold them for as long as possible because they're going to come home with friends. So the simplest things you need to understand cash flow versus capital gains. If you don't understand that yet, you need to do a little bit more education. The best way to reduce risk is through education. If you don't understand the difference between investing for cash flow and investing for capital gains, you need to find someone who can help. Next thing, short-term versus long-term. Okay, do you understand the investment? Are you investing for the short term or are you investing for the long term? Third one, are you an active investor or a passive? You need to understand the difference before you buy something. Is this something that you passively sit on, or is it something that requires active investing? Now, again, I want it to be as passive as possible. Why do we prefer property? Because it's long-term, it's passive, and it's both, but it's mainly about cash flow. And I don't really want to do anything. The best thing about buying a house is that there's nothing to do for the next 10 years. You buy a house, you get a really good manager to look after them. They put a great tenant in there, and the tenant gives you rent every single week, and there's nothing you can really do for 10 to 15 years, okay? But in the meantime, this tenant is giving you more cash. Use that cash to buy another house, okay? You go out, you find that house, you put a long-term tenant in, they give you more cash, and we create a wealth loop, and we have multiple streams of income. That is the step-by-step process that my wife and I use to make multiple 7 figures in our network marketing business, turn that into an 8-figure net worth, turn that into an absolute legacy for our children and our grandchildren. And I hope it helps you. I hope you can follow along with that process. Now, as I said, the simplest place to go is exactly right here, andrewlogan.net. There's a heap of things there for you. There's a heap of free tools. You just got to click that button. Because you have watched this video, I want to give you the digital version of my book for free. So the PDF and audio version, you've got this far, you've committed to this video, which means you are awesome. You know, you're incredible. You are someone who's actually done the work already. You've given me your time. You've given me your focus, which are 2 of your most valuable things in the world, more valuable than money, because we can always get more money, but you've given me your time and your focus. So all you need to do is just comment below the video. I will send you the digital version of this book, like I said, the PDF and the audio vision of my book, it goes through those 7 steps in much more detail. If you do prefer hard copy, if you do want the hard copy book, again, go to andrewlogan.net. All I ask for that one is that you just cover shipping and handling. So I'll give you the book for free, as well as some extra video training and digital versions of the book. I'll give you all that for free. I just ask that you cover the shipping and handling on that one. That's the only thing I ask for. As I said, guys, greatly appreciate you giving me your time and focus. I really hope this video has helped. We've had 40 minutes together. I'm sure there's a little bit of overwhelm there, but you've got this crystal clear path now. You can go back and watch this video as many times as you need. Pause, use all these free tools, use the scripts, the templates, all those things to go out and build your incredible empire. If you got value out of this, drop a comment below, share it with someone else who it will help, share it with them to give them the clarity. And again, if that helps and you get value out of working with me, maybe we can do something in the future. Shoot me a message. I'd love to have a chat about how we can help you create an incredible empire in this amazing industry. Again, thank you for watching the video, and we'll see you again soon.